No, I made myself.
For all short people, makes much better windows for tall people, and the other way around.
Oh, look at this bag, honey.
That's cool.
It's a nice one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Castillo De San Marcos National Monument, part of your National Park Service, and our 1740 Spanish cannon firing drill. Before we get started though, there are a few safety guidelines we need to go over, not only for your safety but also for the preservation of our fortress. We ask everybody, while you're with us today, to do your part in helping us preserve this place, simply by not climbing, sitting, or standing on any of the cannons, the cannon carriages, or the fragile shellstone walls of the building itself. And during this demonstration, from this point on, we ask everybody to stay on your side of this white line painted on the deck until we declare the gun safe at the end of the drill. Once we declare it safe, you are more than welcome to come across, ask questions, and take pictures. Just please wait until we declare the gun safe at the end of the drill. When we fire this gun, it may be very loud. If you have any small children with you, please make sure they cover their ears or cover their ears for them when the time comes. For those of you that already have your fingers in your ears, you can take them down, because I assure you this gun will not go off while I'm talking to you right now. After all, the powder charge is inside this bag. Nothing's going to happen. Now the gun we're going to fire for you today. This particular cannon here is called a 6-pound iron gun. Obviously, we are not talking about the weight of the cannon. This gun fired a ball that weighed 6 pounds. The ball was roughly the size of a baseball, and it was made out of solid iron. This gun could throw that ball as far away as where you see our lighthouse. A mile and a half away across this bay. But for this fortress, that's a relatively small cannon. Over there to the south, we have larger guns, 16, 18, and 24-pounder bronze and iron weapons. Those guns are capable of throwing their shots up to 3 miles away. So just try to imagine being on a ship offshore. You're coming into St. Augustine. This place fires its guns at you. Then there's a splash in the water by your boat. You don't always have to hit something to scare them off. That's the whole goal of this fortress. Push the enemy away and hold on as long as possible. The demonstration we're going to show you today is actually something they did back in the 18th century to push the enemy away from this town. If you're trying to attack a fortress like the Castillo, usually the easiest way to do it was by surrounding it from a safe distance. Cut off supply lines and starve this building to the point where it surrenders. If that's going on, not only do you ration out the food to the troops and their families, you ration out the gunpowder to the weapons. Back in 1740, this building had 44 working guns and a storage capacity in the rooms below for 2 months. During an attack, you want to make sure these guns work as long as they possibly can. If you fire your guns too fast, you have nothing to work with later. Now, when you're fighting on a battlefield or out on a ship like that one out there in the harbor today, the success for those kind of places depends on how fast the soldiers do their job. When out on the open field or out on the open water, once you run out of gunpowder, you turn around and you run off. You don't have that luxury when you're inside of a fortress. So back in that same decade, 1740, they came up with a system out here. Each gun would only fire once every 15 minutes, roughly 4 shots an hour. That was not enough firepower to scare the enemy off, but it was definitely enough to persuade them to stay back, in the hopes that small ships will eventually make it in and bring you more supplies. We are going to be demonstrating that kind of drill procedure for you today. The only problem with the way we do it, this procedure was designed for 44 guns. We are showing it to you with just 1. So while we are loading this cannon today, imagine other guns in the fort going off. Imagine other guns in the fort being cleaned. That firing procedure is going on with all the weapons. Enough firepower to scare anybody and push them back. These procedures were actually tried and tested back in the 18th century. The Castillo actually experienced a long-term attack once in 1702 and again in 1740. One attack lasted 51 days, the other attack lasted 38 days. But every attack on this building always held to the same results. The enemy walked away. They were unable to breach these walls. They were unable to starve the fort. The only time this building ever changed hands, all due to the skills of the soldiers that lived here, the strength of these walls, and the weaponry they used, was military and political treaties, nothing more. And ladies and gentlemen, other than myself, everyone else you see up here on this gun, these are our volunteers, people just like you that have come out here on their weekend off to bring history alive with us today. So join me in giving them a hand for coming out here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will let you know when it is time to cover your ears. I hope you enjoy this demonstration. Thank you for visiting Castillo De San Marcos.
Got a strong wind up here, so.
Yeah.
Criminal suspected. Pónganse a poner batería al piñón. Piñón de batería. Pónganse para la puntería. Al punto. Silica. Saben y Cuban of the go. Tomino para fuego. Para fuego el piñón. Alto. Open the major. Cover your ears. Fuego. Para fuego, Silica. Vámonos por Londres. Sacar piñón de la batería.
We salted
Fuerte batería. Alto. Longest Silica. Ese no saca trozos, sino piñón. Ese no saca trozos, sino piñón. Karen, no saca trozos. Not it, you tap it up and go.
Sorry, Scott.
Pass it, Lalo, not it, el piñón. Karen, a Silica. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the demonstration. At this time, the gun is safe. You may come across the line if you wish to do so. Thank you.